My stepmom built her entire identity on saving me from a mother who abandoned me. So, at her 50th birthday party, in front of 40 unsuspecting guests, I exposed her lies in the most brutal way imaginable. For as long as I could remember, my life was a story told and retold, a carefully crafted narrative designed to make my biological mother the villain. "Your mom left when you were 3, my stepmom would say, often with a catch in her throat, her hand pressed dramatically to her heart. She chose her career over you. She never called, never visited, never sent birthday cards." This wasn't just a story. It was the foundation of my childhood, the relentless drumbeat that shaped how I saw myself. My stepmom played the hero perfectly. "I loved you from the moment I met you," she'd beam, usually at church gatherings, school fundraisers, or family reunions, ensuring a captive audience. People would coo, "What a wonderful woman. What a blessing." My dad would just nod, his arm around her, never correcting, never adding details, just letting her polish the lie. Each telling added new, heartbreaking flourishes. How I'd supposedly cried for my mom for months, how my stepmom had rocked me to sleep every night, slowly helping me forget. I believed it. Why wouldn't I? I had no memories of my real mother. No photos. My dad claimed he'd thrown them all away, too painful to look at someone who'd betrayed us. It was like she'd been erased, a ghost I wasn't allowed to mourn. When I was younger and dared to ask, my dad's jaw would tighten. She made her choice. We have to respect that. We have a family now. By 16, I'd accepted it.
My mom didn't want me.
My stepmom did. That was my truth. It hurt, but at least it was clear. My stepmom made sure it stayed clear. "I'll actually show up to your choir concert," unlike some people. "You can always count on me," which is more than your biological mother ever gave you. Every reassurance was a subtle reminder. Every declaration of love came with a comparison. She was good. My mom was bad. Simple. Black and white. Then, at 16 and a half, the lines blurred into a terrifying, sickening gray. I was looking for my birth certificate for my driver's license. My dad kept important documents in his home office, a filing cabinet usually locked, but this afternoon, it was wide open. I found my birth certificate, but behind it, a thick manila folder I'd never seen. My name was scrawled on it, then a single, chilling word. Custody. My heart hammered. My dad was at work, my stepmom at her book club. I was alone. I opened it. Inside were dozens of printed emails, dated and organized, all from my mother. My real mother. I recognized her email address from my birth certificate, an address my dad had always claimed didn't work anymore. The first email was dated 6 months after their divorce, when I was 3 and a half. "David, please let me see her. I miss her so much. I know you're angry, but she's my daughter, too. She needs her mother. I'm begging you. Let me have the visitation the court ordered." My hands shook. I read it 3 times. Then the next. "You didn't bring her to the supervised visit yesterday. I waited for 3 hours.
Please don't do this.
Don't punish her for my mistakes." The folder held years of these pleas. Court documents showed my mom trying to get joint custody, my dad fighting it, claiming she was unstable, unfit, that she'd abandoned the marriage. He moved us from Oregon to Nevada, 3 states away, changed our phone number, making visitation impossible. More emails from my mom, now desperate. "You moved. You didn't tell me." I found her new address through the court records. It took me 3 months. Please let her know I'm thinking of her, that I love her, that I didn't leave her. I was crying now, surrounded by papers on the floor of my dad's office. My mom hadn't abandoned me. She'd fought for me. She'd begged to see me. And my dad had systematically, cruelly, cut her out of my life. The last email was from when I was 7. I don't know if you even read these anymore, but I need you to know I never stopped trying. I never stopped loving her. If she ever asks about me, please tell her that. Please don't let her think I abandoned her. I would never abandon her. But the emails weren't all. There were birthday cards, Christmas cards, Valentine's cards, all addressed to me, in beautiful handwriting, all opened but never given. Happy 5th birthday, sweetheart. I love you so much, Mom. Merry Christmas, baby. You're always in my thoughts, Mom. She'd never stopped. He'd just filed them away like evidence against a crime he committed. I took photos of everything on my phone, my hands shaking so badly I had to retake several. 2 hours, documenting every shred of proof, because I knew he'd try to make it disappear. Then, I put the folder back exactly where I found it. I closed the drawer. My entire life was a lie. My identity, my understanding of who I was, shattered. My stepmom wasn't a hero. She was complicit. My dad wasn't a protector. He was a cage. I felt sick, angry, devastated,
Betrayed.
all at once. That night at dinner, I watched them. My dad, calm, oblivious. My stepmom, chattering about her upcoming 50th birthday party, planned for months, a grand celebration at an upscale Italian restaurant. It's going to be perfect, she gushed, squeezing my hand. I'm so blessed. A daughter, a husband, a real family. I looked at her hand, this woman who'd helped my dad keep me from my mother, who'd built her identity on my so-called abandonment. I've been thinking about your birthday party, I said, my voice eerily calm. Would you want me to say something? Like a speech? Her eyes lit up. Oh, that would mean so much. You could talk about our journey, how I've been there for you, how we've built this beautiful relationship despite everything. Despite everything my real mom had tried. Despite the hidden cards. Despite everything they had done. Sure, I said, a chilling smile on my face. I'd love to say something. My dad's eyes narrowed slightly, sensing something was off. But my stepmom was too consumed by her fantasy. She started planning my outfit, her introduction. I smiled, nodded, played my part. The next 2 weeks were a blur of pretend normalcy. I went to school, did homework, ate dinner with them. But inside, a fire raged. Every hug from my stepmom made my skin crawl. I knew the truth now. IT was like a bomb had exploded in my reality, shattering everything I thought I knew. And if you're still with me, still grappling with this unbelievable betrayal, please hit subscribe, because this story and many others are just getting started. The party arrived. My stepmom, radiant in navy and pearls. My dad, in a suit. 40 people. Family, friends, colleagues. All people who'd heard the story of my abandonment, of my stepmom's heroic intervention, countless times. I wore the pale pink dress she picked out, playing the grateful daughter.
Dinner. Speeches.
My dad raised his glass. When I met her 12 years ago, I was a single father, struggling. She didn't just love me, she loved my daughter like her own. She stepped in with grace and commitment. She gave us stability, a real family. Everyone clapped. My stepmom cried happy tears. Other relatives praised her, painted her as selfless, loving. Then it was my turn. My stepmom, beaming, announced me. My daughter wanted to say a few words. I know she's a little shy, but she insisted. I stood, legs shaking, and walked to the front. I pulled out my phone. A few chuckles from the crowd, assuming I had notes. I wanted to share something special for your birthday, I said, looking directly at my stepmom. Something that shows who you really are. I opened the photos, found the first email, and I started reading. This is an email from my biological mother to my father, dated August 15th, when I was 3 years old. David, please let me see her. I miss her so much. I know you're angry with me for leaving, but she's my daughter, too. She needs her mother. I'm begging you. The room went completely silent. My stepmom's face drained white, then flushed crimson. My dad half stood, hand reaching out. Stop. I stepped back. I kept reading. You didn't bring her to the supervised visit yesterday. I waited for 3 hours. Please don't do this. Don't punish her for my mistakes. Stop. My dad barked, his voice low, dangerous. I didn't stop. I read another and another. My mother's words, her desperation, her unwavering love. The dates spanning years. The unanswered calls. The return presents. The letters I'd never received. Some guests shifted uncomfortably. My dad's mother had her hand over her mouth. My stepmom's sister stared, horrified. I scrolled to a different photo. This is a birthday card my biological mother sent me for my 5th birthday. It was never given to me. My father kept it in a file cabinet. I read the message. Happy 5th birthday, sweetheart. I love you so much, Mom. That's enough, my dad roared, now fully standing, moving towards me. She sent cards every year. I yelled back, my voice cracking, tears streaming down my face. Every birthday, every Christmas. She didn't abandon me. You kept her from me. You moved us away. You told me she didn't want me. You let me believe that for 13 years. I turned to my stepmom, my voice dripping with pain and fury. You knew. You were with him when he moved us. You helped him keep her from me. And then you told everyone she abandoned me. You made yourself the hero of a story that was a lie. My voice rose. Every time you said you couldn't understand how a mother could just walk away, you knew my mother hadn't walked away. She'd been pushed out by my dad. With your help. The room was dead silent. 40 pairs of eyes stared, oscillating between me, my stepmom, and my dad. My dad's face was purple with rage. My stepmom was openly sobbing. I found the emails, I said, my voice regaining a steely resolve. I found the court documents. I found the birthday cards. I know everything. And I needed all of you to know. Too, because I'm tired of living a lie. I'm tired of pretending to be grateful for being saved from abandonment, when what really happened is I was stolen from a mother who loved me. I looked at my stepmom one last time. Happy birthday. I hope it was everything you dreamed of. Then I turned and walked out, left my coat, my purse, just walked out into the cold November night, not knowing where I was going. Footsteps hurried behind me. My dad's sister, my Aunt Rachel. Wait, she called, wrapping my coat around my shoulders. Is it true? All of it? Yes, I choked out. I have proof. Tears welled in her eyes. Oh, honey, we didn't know. Your father said your mother just left, that she signed away her rights. She never signed away her rights. I sobbed, collapsing into her arms. She fought. He kept her away from me on purpose. 13 years of grief, confusion, and misplaced shame poured out of me on that cold sidewalk. Come home with me, Aunt Rachel said. You can't go back there tonight. My phone rang off the hook.
Dad, stepmom, grandparents.
I turned it off. The next morning over breakfast, I showed Aunt Rachel everything. Email after email, card after card. Her face grew paler. I'm going to kill him, she muttered. My own brother. How could he do this? What do you want to do? She asked, her voice firm. Do you want to try to find your mom? I had her email from the documents. It was a long shot, 9 years since that last email in the folder. We could try. So we did. At her kitchen table, I typed out an email. Subject: It's your daughter. My name is Natalie. I'm 16. I don't know if you'll get this, but I found the emails. I found the cards. I know you didn't abandon me. I know he kept you away.
I'm so sorry.
I thought you didn't want me, but I know the truth now. If you want to talk, I'd like that. I hit send before I could chicken out. 6 hours later, my phone buzzed. My baby girl. Subject line. My hands shook too much to open it. Aunt Rachel did. My darling Natalie, I never stopped loving you. Not for one day. I have grieved for the childhood I missed. I hated myself for not fighting harder. But I never stopped loving you, and I never will. If you want to meet, I would love that more than anything. I read it 5 times. Then I cried for an hour straight. She wants to see me, I kept saying. She wants to see me. Of course she does, Aunt Rachel whispered. She never stopped wanting to see you. My dad showed up that evening. I went to the door to face him. You lied to me, I said. For 13 years. I protected you, he said, looking drawn, exhausted. Your mother left us. She had an affair. I wasn't going to let her destroy you, too. So you destroyed my relationship with her instead. I shot back. She fought for me. You blocked her at every turn. You poisoned me against her. I gave you a good life, he insisted. A good home, a mother who was actually there. You gave me a lie. You're 16, he said. You don't have a choice. You're coming home. She has a choice, Aunt Rachel interjected, stepping forward. She can choose to stay with family who won't lie to her. I'm going to see my mom, I declared. My real mom. And you can't stop me. The hell I can't. I have custody. Then I'll tell the court what you did. I countered, pulling out my phone. I have the emails, the court documents, evidence that you've been keeping her from me for years. Do you really want to go back to court? Because I'll testify. I'll tell them everything. Something flickered in his eyes.
Fear.
Or the cold realization he'd finally been caught. This is a mistake, he said. You don't know her. And you're not who I thought. You are either, I replied. So I guess we're even.
He left.
Aunt Rachel helped me file for emancipation. With my evidence and testimony, the court granted it. 3 weeks later, Aunt Rachel drove me to Portland. My hands were sweating. What if 13 years was too long to bridge? Then I saw her through the coffee shop window. She looked like me. Same dark hair, same nose, same anxious lip biting. I walked in.
The bell chimed.
Our eyes met. Natalie, she whispered, her voice breaking. You're so beautiful. You're so grown up. I'm sorry, I said, the words tumbling out. I'm sorry I believed him. I'm sorry for all the years we lost. You were a baby, she said, shaking her head. You have nothing to be sorry for. This was never your fault. None of it. This was what he did to both of us. She held out her arms. I stepped forward. She hugged me, and something inside me, broken for 13 years, started to mend. We talked for hours. She told me about the divorce, the affair, the custody battle, the bankruptcy, her desperation, her lawyer's warnings. I gave up, she confessed, tears in her eyes. I just couldn't anymore. You didn't fail me, I said. He kept you away. That's not the same as giving up. I've told myself that for 9 years, she said. But I never believed it until now. Until you found those emails. Until you reached out. I didn't give up. I was defeated. I told her everything, too. The lie, the stepmom's narrative, the confrontation. I'm so proud of you, she said, squeezing my hand, for being brave enough to tell the truth. We started rebuilding.
Slowly. Carefully.
So much lost time. So many missed moments. But we tried. I finished high school with Aunt Rachel and Uncle Brian. My mom came to every concert, every game, making up for lost time. My dad was at graduation. We didn't speak. My stepmom didn't come. After graduation, I moved to Portland, went to community college, got a job. My mom and I had dinner twice a week. We talked for hours. It just feels right, I told her once. Because it is right, she said. You were always supposed to be here. A year later, she showed me a box of letters.
Hundreds of them.
Some addressed to me, never sent. Some just journal entries. I want you to have these, she said. I wrote them for you. Even when I didn't think you'd ever read them, I needed you to know I never forgot you. I spent an entire weekend reading them. Her love, her grief, her hope, her refusal to stop believing. Did you ever think about giving up completely? I asked. Every day, she admitted. But I couldn't let go of you. You were my daughter. You are my daughter. And I knew that even if you never remembered me, I'd still love you. 2 years after that birthday party, I saw my dad again, accidentally, at a restaurant with my mom. He looked older, tired. He started to walk over. I shook my head, a small, firm gesture. Don't. He stopped, nodded, and turned away. Are you okay? My mom asked. Yeah, I said. It didn't hurt. It just felt empty, like looking at a stranger. Do you think you'll ever forgive him? She asked gently. I don't know. Maybe someday. But not today. Today, I'm just grateful I found you. Now, I'm 25. I'm a social worker, helping families navigate foster care and custody disputes. I help mothers who can't afford lawyers. I advocate for children caught in the middle. I do the work I wish someone had done for my mom and me. I still live close to my mom. We talk every day. She knows everything about my life now. The friends, the job, the guy who makes me laugh. All the things she missed for 13 years, she knows now. I still carry the scars. Trust issues. Second-guessing memories. Therapy helps. Having my mom back helps. My dad has tried to reach out, making the same excuses. I was trying to protect you. I haven't responded. People ask me if I regret how I confronted them. If public humiliation was too harsh. I tell them no. They built their whole life on a lie. My stepmom made herself the hero of a story that was never true. She used my pain to make herself look good, knowing it was a lie. So, yeah, I exposed the truth publicly to the same people she'd lied to for years. Was it harsh? Maybe. But it was also justice. It was taking back my narrative. It was saying, this is the truth, and everyone deserves to know it. My mom says I'm braver than she ever was. I just feel like a daughter who found her mother after 13 years of being told she wasn't wanted. A daughter who chose uncomfortable truth over comfortable lies. Last week was my mom's birthday. We had a small party, just us, Aunt Rachel, Uncle Brian, and a few friends. We laughed until our sides hurt. When it was time for candles, I said, "Make a wish." She looked at me, tears in her eyes. "I don't need to," she whispered. "I already have everything I ever wished for. I have my daughter back." And standing there, surrounded by love, I realized I had everything I'd been missing, too. My stepmom built her identity on being the woman who saved me from abandonment. But the truth is, my mom saved me by never giving up, by keeping all those letters and emails, by loving me even when she couldn't see me, by being there the moment I reached out. That's what a real mother does. And I'm never letting her go. This journey was long and incredibly painful, but it led me to my truth and my mom. I want to know, what would you have done in my shoes? Or have you ever had to expose a deep family secret? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear your perspectives.